What comes to mind when you think of Cappadocia? I'm guessing hot air balloons, right? In this video, I'll be showing you my life-changing experience in Cappadocia. I experienced immense kindness from the locals. I was educated about their livelihood. I experienced the best of nature, and overall, I had so much fun. I even had a serious accident. I nearly died, or at least nearly broke my bones, but more on that later. And even at that, Cappadocia was a dream, and I hope you're able to experience that from this video. To get the full Cappadocia experience, I recommend you stay in a cave hotel. I stayed at Seki Cave Suites in Gurime, and this is what my room looked like. It had a hot tub, which we didn't use, and when I say we, I mean my husband and I. We went on a trip together, and that was because we were having so much fun outside the room itself. There was also a balcony where you could sit out to watch the balloons when they take off their flights in the morning, or just to enjoy some fresh air, what my Kingsmen would call batego. If you happen to make it all the way to Cappadocia from wherever in the world you live, please take a balloon flight. It's worth the hype, I promise you. The part that you might not know about is that you have to wake up really early by like 4 a.m. and take off around 5 a.m. You'll get into a basket and be lifted off into the air along with many other balloons. About 160 balloons on the day of my flight. It's usually chilly in the morning on ground, so take a jacket just to stay warm. Up in the sky, it's not so chilly. The heat from the balloon can will keep you warm. While you're in the sky, your tour guide, there's usually a guide, would explain all the sights to you, explain all the things that you're seeing. And then your captain will also explain the science behind the hot air balloon ride. If that's your thing, have fun, but I was more interested in the sights and amazed by it all. I'm a Christian, and up there in the sky, looking down and around to this beautiful sight, I could not but marvel at the greatness of God. I felt Him up there and my heart was so glad, and I think that was the beginning of this life-changing experience that I described for me.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through
Sky Explorers.
for traffic lights, and I really wanna know.
Sadly, our balloon ride came to an end, and these three gentlemen were trying to get the basket of the balloon to land on that truck, which is how they transport it back to where they store the balloons. This is us in the landing position. We had to sit in the basket and hold on to the ropes, hold on tightly, and yeah, this was also very thrilling. It was so much fun. We ended the ride with some champagne, celebrating our great feat. And yeah, that was it. Next, we went to Oskanak Underground City in Nevşehir, and it was just brilliant. So there are a few underground cities in Cappadocia, and Oskanak was one of them. About 60,000 people and livestock live here, and they stayed here hiding from their enemies. There was a water well, a ventilation system, a winery, they had storage solutions, and they had moving doors to shut certain areas so that if their enemies follow them to a certain area, then they could close those doors. And they had places where they could sort of like poke their enemies with arrows from above.
If I never figure out where the road goes.
Kind of fireplace, it is called tandır in Turkish. There's no translation in English, and still today in the villages, the local people, they use this kind of oven to make a local bread. How they use it? There was a hole here. They covered it with clay, terracotta, and they pump air for the fire. This is a very old technique. I don't know if you ever. So, and they will store wine, but it was all plastered. You see the plaster? Otherwise, when here to look, if you put something liquid, it won't stay. It absorbs. So they had plaster.
So the plaster is so that okay.
So then,
Because otherwise the liquid will get absorbed into the walls. So the plaster.
Yes. We We then visited a rug making place and rug store to learn about the rug making process. Making rugs by hands is a thorough, time-consuming process, what Nigerians would describe as no be being so. Ha! It explains why Turkish handmade rugs are expensive.
Oh, really? So it is related to the number of knots, time, especially that you are.
So handmade all along, everything, all the wow.
Oh yeah.
How long would it take to make one?
This one will be more or less in that size.
Yeah.
Okay.
Needs 3 months.
What?
Yeah. 3 ay sürer mi?
Daha bir hafta oldu başlayalı ama
See, I just made this part, she says, only 1 week passed yet.
2 ay sürer.
With my speed, she says, 2.5 months.
Okay.
Because she's getting faster and faster every day.
Wow, no one just got lifetime warranty, you say.
Yeah.
Şurayı vurur mu diyor.
Okay.
So you take 2. Yep.
Şöyle.
1, okay.
Tamam.
Okay.
Try.
Okey.
Yep.
Ha. Çevir. Çevir. Ha. Okey. Şurada. Ha. Okey. Bravo. Çek aşağı. Ha. Ama kırılmasın. Kırılmasın.
Okay.
Okay.
Al bakalım.
Okay.
Hadi bakalım.
So you put it there. Yep.
Okey.
Uh-huh.
Çevir. 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 Çevir.
Okay, again.
Okey.
Underneath, yeah, so it goes under. Pull it very well.
Okay.
Tight.
Aman dikkat et. Ha, aman şey. Dur dur.
This can be woven much finer.
So how'd you get these?
From Bursa. We get those ones. You see all those pictures? There's a bag inside. It comes out as moth. Just like this. That's silk moth, lace, and egg. Eggs hatch, silkworm.
Yeah.
They eat mulberry leaves. When they are ready, they build the cocoon and sleep inside, just like this. And that worm has mutation and turn into silk moth. I mean, what you hear inside is this, right in the middle of mutation, yeah. If it comes out, see, cut the fibers. That's why we cannot get continuous fiber. That's what we need.
Okay, so you kill them in here.
Yeah, but if it is going to make you happier, only male ones are killed. We keep the female ones safe. See, this is male, straight. This is female, like peanut. Okay? There must be some over here. So how do you separate? Yeah, we cannot.
This one?
That's the way.
This one is
No, this is still male.
female.
It must be a bit
Female,
more.
this one.
Yeah, this is a bit more obvious. Huh? She says, shall I give? This is female.
Female, yeah, very easy to tell.
Okay. Bit more aesthetic.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah. Even better.
Okay, this is easy, yeah. Female, male.
Yeah.
Okay.
You see, really more aesthetic.
Yeah.
Okay.
We need these ones
Yeah.
for the next generation. You know, the ladies do
Yeah,
not need
they-
us to give birth anymore.
I know. Everything is changing now. One generation.
So she's going to use that, and she will get some of those ones and set them over here, just like that. About 30, 40 of those ones are going to be spun
Okay.
all the way, and will be collected around that layer. See, just like that. Unrevealing now. If you go over there, she can give you one
Yeah.
more call. Go there, it's easier.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just true. Isn't it? Can you see the look inside it?
Yeah, they're inside.
Give your palm like this, but don't grab it, okay?
Okay.
You can feel the fibers coming out.
Yeah, I can feel it here. Don't grab.
Oh, it's been broken. This has been broken. Let's give her another one. Look, she can easily add that one over there. It's easy for her.
All right, I feel
Here
it.
it is. I can't even see it. It is 7 micron, and remember, extremely strong. For 1.5 miles, 2.5 kilometers almost. But in most cases, we can get 800 meters to 1,200 meters.
Wow. Man, this is a lot of work.
That's the reason why.
No,
it's
it was
in West
It feels so soft.
Yes.
So
But the real silk is this.
It used to be expensive, like if you put so much time.
The real
Oh,
silk,
okay, the real
the raw silk. What we get from there.
You
When we wash it, becomes a bit soft.
come to this after like this.
okay. This
So
is
it
much
is-
better.
It is opposite to the, especially what we use. Oh, honey, your hair is just like silk. And if she knows what silk is,
Yeah, this is actually.
but to get this much, we need approximately 5,000 cocoons. Only this much.
Yeah.
And this is nothing for the silk carpet. We can't weave anything with this one. We need much more.
It's showing us how we give a shape to the clay. This is red clay. You see the red river?
Yes.
Yes. We take the red clay from red river.
Okay.
And some of them from the mountains. Then we mix the clay.
That's good.
Always wet your hand because when your hands dry, mud doesn't slide on your hands.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, she has long nails. I should have done it.
Very nice.
Wet your hand again. Wet your hand. Your hand isn't wet enough.
And then like it's two hands inside slowly pushed out.
It's too flat.
Okay, you know.
Now please. We also went to the section where they made the designs on the ceramic pieces, so we learned about that and that whole process.
Mineral and oxide colors, because any synthetic colors like acrylic or anything, they are burnt in the kilns. Yes. And then we colored. We using some relief with liquid white clay. You can touch it, you can feel. Yes. After that, we covered with glaze. Glaze is like a glass powder. Inside is quartz and kaolin, most of them.
Now is the part I nearly died, or at least nearly broke my bones and scared my husband to pieces. So I went on a quad bike tour of the valleys in Cappadocia, and you can do this by car, horses, or a camel, or yeah, just so you know that there are other options. Anyways, we're riding up the valley up a steep, narrow area, just enough room for one quad bike, and then I noticed that my bike was more to the edge, and I wanted to brake to reposition myself. Instead of braking, I actually hit the accelerator, and the quad bike made its way down the hill. I'm telling you, like several meters above the ground, and it was actually a main road and there were cars below, and yeah, it was just crazy. Anyways, as the bike was making its way down the hill, I realized what was happening and I jumped off, and I tried to hold on to the valley, and yeah, I sort of like got dragged down and just had to hold on. If they had waited like a minute or two before pulling me up, I would have fallen off. It was like a scene from Fast and Furious with Dom performing a stunt, except this wasn't a stunt, it was real life and it was my life, and my life literally flashed before me. So, going up, hiking to take pictures, because yeah, why would you come here and not take pictures? Why was Cappadocia life-changing? Well, if you've made it this far, I guess you have a clue. First, people were extremely kind and it was just hard to get used to. I kept thinking they were kind for a reason, but they were really just kind, like just simply kind, nothing more. And it inspired me to be more kind. I know it's easy to get carried away with daily living, but just going forward, I'll try to show more kindness to strangers. And since I returned from my trip, I've been trying to do so. Secondly, I learned a lot about their way of life, which is important for an open mindset and worldview. Thirdly, I experienced peace in nature and I was very happy. I had not a single worry in the world while I was there. Fourthly, my life flashed before me. You know the accident, yes. I was reminded to be grateful for preservation and the gift of life. And lastly, I had so much fun and I bonded with my husband in a special way. Your experience will surely be different from mine, but one thing I would say is I'm sure you will have fun. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like if you did and subscribe to see more videos from me. I'll see you again in my next video. Until then, stay blessed, stay safe, and bye!